Howdy, y'all. I'm your host, Marvin Jones from the Oklahoma City Phantoms, and I'm a fantasy jerk. I had to go and score 2 touchdowns against the Green Bay Packers last week to beat Commissioner Romocop 129 to 126. I'm the MVP of my team. Here I am, scoring a touchdown. Look at me go. Perfect form. Look at my leg. I'm going to kick this guy in the face. It was a great night to beat Commissioner Romocop, and we had a celebration in the locker room. No, but seriously, let's get down to business real fast. The very first thing I want to say is screw Oklahoma City, the word, the abbreviation, OKC, and screw the movie Phantoms with Ben Affleck in it. A good movie, but right now, screw Phantoms, the movie. That's how I feel about that. Screw Murray's Cheese Bar. Don't even know where Murray's Cheese Bar is located. But you know what? Screw it. Also, screw Murray State College. That's somewhere in Oklahoma. Quick Google search gave me that. It's got the word Murray in it, so screw that. Marvin the Martian, screw him. Because I don't want to deal with anything that has to do with Marvins. That includes Marvin Lewis, because why not? He used to coach Marvin Jones. And how many Marvins can you have on one team? Like, what kind of name is that? Only a guy like Murray would like people named Marvin. Screw Marvin's IGA in Alabama. I've never been there, but you know what? The name is stupid. I don't like hearing the name. I'm not a fan of most grocery stores. Definitely not ones named Marvin. Murray Lawnmowers and Murray Lawn Equipment. Screw that too. Definitely not going to ever be a sponsor for me. Not very happy with anything with those names. And also screw this group of nerds that are named Marvin. They look like some swell guys. Marvin. Alright, so now that we got that off of our chest, I feel a little bit better. How are you guys doing? What's been going on? Somebody lost last week. So there's no undefeated teams this year. There's also no winless teams, which is pretty good. I'm trying to get over a little bit of a head cold thing, so forgive me on that. I want to thank Bo before I get into this for doing the videos the past few weeks or month or however long it's been. It's been great that he's been able to jump in there and give us something to look at, to pass the time. Like I said before, I didn't plan on it going that way because that was definitely not how I thought it was going to go. But I had to do what I had to do to get it done to pass the class. So thanks again, Bo. I really appreciate it. Going to take the time to shamelessly plug the website that I made. Good response from you guys. I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm going to try to keep it updated. It's mostly for, records and stats, the Super Bowls. Owners aren't going to change, so that page is going to stay. I'll change some stuff when the FWTV adds some stuff. And then after the season, of course, I thought it came out pretty good. As you can see, I put the stats on there and awards. I retroactively gave out awards that I wanted to do at the end of the year, but I went ahead and did it now. So if you look on the website, you'll see the league's best record is the MVP. The Pro Bowl is teams that finish in the top half of the league. And then the last place record gets the Browns award for the year. And it's pretty cool. Pretty self-explanatory on all that. I'll be adding some more stuff, maybe some stories. And you can always send in some stuff if you want me to put on there. Some stories or whatever you can come up with. What was up with this? This is from last week's games. Trying to catch up here. Look at all these 117s. I circled 3 of them there. And we almost had 2 more. 118 and a 120 that easily could have been 117s. That's pretty creepy. Out of all that, no ties. So we never got to enact the quarterback point tiebreaker. I hope we never have to do that. It's looking good so far. But that's pretty weird. It looked like there was going to be some ties. But luckily we avoided that. Here's a look at everybody's favorite studs points in the next week here against Cleveland. He gets a 3. Good job, Mr. Marvin Jones Jr. Nice 3 points against the Browns. Could have used that against the Packers. Thank you very much. This is just something dumb, something I think I noticed. I want you to tell me if you think I'm wrong. Maybe do some outside research and look some pictures up. But I noticed this every time I see a picture of Paul Richardson. I think he is the combination of Doug Baldwin and Michael Bennett put together. I think there may be a third one there, but it's kind of hard to tell. But you guys look it up and tell me if I'm wrong. I had Mr. Bo send in some questions for me to answer. I listed them here. Name your favorite holidays in order. I'll go with Christmas. It's always been Christmas when I was little, especially with having a child now. It makes it that much even more awesome. Then I guess go it backwards. Thanksgiving and then Halloween. And then the 4th. Rivalry Pro, Cowboys versus the NFC East. Just depends on who's good. If the Cowboys are good, that makes it even better. But even if they're not, it's still something big with those 3 teams, the Eagles, Giants, Redskins. But just kind of depends on how the years are going. Because all 3 of them have been good and bad at different times. College, man, I don't know. I like to look at college, but not like get super in depth. I think historically, Miami Notre Dame has been a pretty good college rivalry game. You know, OSU. It's always fun to kind of peek in on it, but I'm not super in depth on it like I would be with the pros. I mean, I like to see who's good and who's coming up the pipeline, but there's nothing wrong with college football. But maybe if I was off on Saturdays and wasn't working all the time, that would probably help me out too. And the last one, what is your favorite alcoholic beverage if you ever had a drink? That's kind of a confusing question. I don't drink. I've had like that hard lemonade stuff. I mean, that counts as a drink. And it was just So I guess that would be my choice if I had to choose. Something dumb like that. Nothing hardcore like you guys have. But alright, I also sent some questions to Bo just for the hell of it. And I'm going to let him answer them for you guys right here, right now.
Why do I like doing videos for FWTV? Well, I like to do it because of, our Commissioner Robocop was busy with school. So I enjoy doing it to give everyone a weekly episode, kind of a thing that we all like to watch. Number 2. What was number 2?
How a fantasy football work in college.
How fantasy football would work in college. I think it would work exactly the same as NFL would. You pick your lineup of the best team or the best positions per team. It'd probably be a little bit different because there's so many college football teams. Like for me, for instance, my quarterback would be Mason Rudolph. My running back would be James Washington. Wideouts from Oklahoma State. My defense would probably be Alabama. My special teams would be Alabama. So kind of like that, just a positional player kind of thing. What was number 3, Andrea?
What's your favorite Thanksgiving dessert?
Favorite Thanksgiving dessert. Everyone knows what my favorite Thanksgiving dessert is. I only get it twice a year, so it would be Andrew's apple pie. Man, if you've ever had it, you would understand. Every time my wife makes this for my family for 4th of July, which was a rare occasion this year, it was probably because my cousin was down, but she made that apple pie, and I had my food, and as soon as I got done with the food, I was like, I gotta get me a piece of this apple pie. Sure enough, I had one piece out of the whole pie. About 30 minutes later, I come back inside the house at my aunt's house. There's not even crumbs left. So, there's that. And, Andrew's apple pie is the best. Alright, guys, another question from Commissioner Romocop. He asked me to rank 1 through 4 He had Thanksgiving, Christmas, Super Bowl, Halloween. Number one for me, Thanksgiving. That's always been my favorite holiday. It's kind of a tie between Christmas and the Super Bowl, but Super Bowl is just a little bit higher than that. It's American tradition. That's probably the best part of the whole year. So, Super Bowl number 2, Christmas number 3, and my wife's not going to like me for this, but Halloween number 4. Halloween's not a big holiday like it used to be, so number 4 for Halloween.
Yeah, I completely agree with most of that. I think the college fantasy football would be crazy. I think there'd be like 1,000 times more waivers, drops, ads, because there's just so many players out there you could pick up. Thanksgiving's pretty good. Desserts are great, pies, any of them, all of them, all the time. It's always good to have family and friends around for Thanksgiving or celebrations, unless their name starts with Marvin. Then don't invite them, because they're no good. Christmas is great if you count Super Bowl as a holiday, which you really should. I would probably change my answer to Christmas, Super Bowl, Thanksgiving, Halloween, 4th of July. Probably in that order. I don't know. It's a real tough toss-up between Thanksgiving and the Super Bowl. Probably Super Bowl because you get to eat and watch football. But then you get to watch football and eat too on Thanksgiving. So kind of a tie. Now a random segment, Conspiracy Theory Theater 3000 with fantasy jerk James Murray. And yeah, you're going to have to read. Sorry about that. Lame. Alright, guys, what do you think about that? That could be true. That's a little spooky. I guess we'll count that as our Halloween kind of thing. I don't know, since we missed that. Uh, Good write up by Murray. That's pretty radical. I mean, it definitely could be true. It's kind of a weird injury. You know, there's a lot of teams that are probably really close. I don't know if you'd really shut your whole year down. But, you know, I can see the Texans making a good run at it. I guess we'll never know, will we? This is just something random I'm going to throw in. Can you guess these throwback players from the 90s? I was thinking about these guys the other day. It's going to be hard for some of you guys, but maybe some of you older NFL fans can remember them. I'm going to get close to wrapping this up. It's good to do one of these again. I don't know if it'll be this extensive going forward, but, you know, at least it'll be better than nothing. You know, I'd like to thank Bo again. That was really nice of him to do. You guys can send in the videos, kind of like he did, if you want to send them to my Facebook Messenger. That worked the best. That was really easy for me to convert over. So that'd be a cool way we could work out something. Because I know it's kind of hard to have in-person interviews, which we'll still do mostly after the season is over. Speaking of, that's coming up. There's 3 weeks till the playoffs. I sent out the no tank warning. I'll send that out every year. If it doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. Nobody's doing what some teams used to do in the past, so I'm all good on that. I don't want to see guys that are been out for 7 weeks still in your running back lineup or your flex spot. You know, nobody's got time for that. We want to have the best possible result no matter what happens, even if it, you know, causes me a loss or anybody else. So we'll just play it out and see what happens. We got 3 weeks left. Looks like the top 3 spots are kind of locked up. The math isn't out on everything yet. I really haven't sat down and did that, but that last spot is up for grabs. It looks like possibly 4 teams for 1 spot. So that'll be fun to watch the next couple weeks. We'll see how it all plays out. But thank you for bearing with me, and we'll get back to seeing Mr. Pepper and stuff soon, hopefully. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.
'Cause baby, now we've got it, but you know we used to be in love. So take a look what you've done. 'Cause baby, now we've got it, but now we've got it. Did you have to ruin what was shining? Now it's all rusted. Did you have to hit me where I'm weak? Baby, I couldn't breathe and rub it in so deep. So in the world like you're laughing right at me. Oh, it's so sad to think about the good times you and I. 'Cause baby, now we've got it. Still got scars in the back from your knife, so don't think it's in the past. These kind of words, they last and they last. Now did you think it all through? All these things will catch up to you, and time can't heal, but this won't. So if you're coming my way, just don't. Oh, it's so sad to think about the good times you and I. Bullet holes, you say sorry just for show. You live like that, you live with ghosts. Band-aids don't fix bullet holes. You say sorry just for show. If you live like that, you live with ghosts.